Hi everyone, welcome back. I hope everyone in the States had a wonderful 4th of July. We just got back from our trip and I was like, okay, I have to get my craft room because I have to do this. So this inspiration came from Pinterest and it was a really quick video, one of those reel type things, and I thought it was so cool. So basically you can just take one sheet of double-sided paper, it could be any size, and you can make these 4 pockets so simple because you're not doing a lot of cutting. We're literally doing like a simple cut in here, and then you can decorate it any way you want. So as you can see, I mean, you see the pockets, it's pretty deep, the first one, and then they just kind of layer up. And it's probably not what you think because I've actually never seen this technique. So again, for reference, I'm using an 8x12, but you can use any size as long as it's kind of got a rectangle shape so you can fold it like a book. And if it's single-sided, I mean, you can just always decorate the pieces. So don't be discouraged, you can still do this. So, all right, what you're gonna do is just take your paper and fold it directly in half, going the long way, okay? So like, just like a book. Now, this is, you can use your scoreboard to do this, but I'm just gonna kind of tell you a reference. So this side here is, I'm gonna cut mine about probably like 2 inches, okay? So I'm just cutting a little strip here, and I'm gonna just eyeball it, but you're more than welcome to kind of, do whatever you want. So I'll probably cut it about 2 inches, and I have a guide here. But if you don't, it's too easy just to take this on your scoreboard and do that. Okay, so it's going to look like that. That's going to be your first piece. Now our second piece is going to be on this page. Now we want that piece to be a little bit larger than this one. So this is about maybe 1.5, 2 inches. I'll probably make this about 3 inches. So again, I'm just kind of eyeballing it. I think I'm going to do it about like right here, just so it's a little bigger than the previous one. And luckily, like again, if you don't have these lines to guide you, you can just score it really simple in your scoreboard, wherever you want the lines. All right, so it's basically going to look like this. You're gonna have a little thing here and a little thing here. Now we're just going to cut this out right here. Okay, so this is gonna be a separate piece. So I'm just gonna fold this back just so I can cut it. It's kind of hard to get in here too, so I may have to trim this up. It's hard to get right on that line without ruining your paper. And I think I've already cut into it. Hold on. It's actually really hard to do this on camera because I usually put it right up to my face. And you can put it in your chomper too, or not your chomper, your cutter, which I should have done because this is really hard to do on camera. Okay, so I may have ruined my paper, but that's okay, I'm going to distress it. So it's going to look like this, right? So let me just fold this down just a bit. So it's going to look like this. So now we're going to take this paper right here, and this is the cool trick. We're going to flip it over. We're going to flip it this way, and we are going to glue that down. And basically what we're doing is going like this, and then doing that. And then you get these 4 awesome layers. How cool is that, right? So I want to say, if you're going to distress it, if you're going to make your thumb notch or anything like that, go ahead and do that now. Because I realized I had glued mine on, and I was just kind of like, uh-oh, I didn't do it the way I wanted to. I may even have to trim it. So I'm just going to do mine because I really made it sloppy when I didn't do that. So I'm going to just distress this just a little bit. I'm using this pretty Victorian velvet color because this is a nice pink. And again, if you want to thumb notch it, which I'm not going to, and now I'm just going to glue it. So I'm just going to glue it all here and leave the top open. Isn't this the coolest technique ever? Of course, this is great for flat mail. So I don't have any Christmas paper, you guys. I have very, very old ones, and I just don't have enough of the collection. So I wanted to do a Christmas in July, but I don't know if I'm going to make it. We'll see. But this is a great Christmas in July project. Okay, you guys see how I glued this? I'm just leaving the top. I just glued around these parts right here. And I just got glue all over my paper, and I'm just going to glue it down. And then this is going to be open right on the top. Okay, and now you're going to flip this side over. So again, if you are distressing or anything, do it now, because you're not going to be able to lift your paper up. Since this is pretty flat, it's a little bit difficult to do. And if you're doing a thumb notch, do that. So I'm going to go ahead and glue it just right here. I definitely miss my craft room. We had a really good time at the beach and with family. We went to go see my husband's family. And it was quite a drive too. I'm not used to driving that far anymore. Okay, now I'm just gonna go ahead and close that. And then the last one, which is this, which I don't think I'm gonna see my distressed look too much because it's so dark. But let's see how it looks. I'm probably just gonna cover this up anyway. I didn't realize how dark that green would be. That's okay, I'll cover it up. All right, and I'm just gonna glue this. So my son, this is the first time he's actually been away from me. He's still with his grandparents. Oops, I didn't need to glue that part. But he's having a good old time. He doesn't even need mom. And that hurts as a mom, doesn't it? When they don't need you. But it's about that age. So voila, how cool is that? So we have 1, 2, 3 pockets. I'm sorry, I said 4. We have 3. And then now we can just like decorate it and stuff. So let me just, I am getting the worst angle, but hopefully you guys have a good angle on this. So I have these pretty things, and I'll just show you kind of what I did. And that might be too big. So I am going to use some double-sided tape because I just want it to pop out a bit, and I really like that color for that, so I'm going to use that. I'm going to grab my double-sided tape and just kind of dab it on there. And that's kind of what I did for the bottom. Oh, I didn't see this one. Let me see this. This is so pretty. I feel like using that one. Actually, let's use this one. Just for different ideas. Now, I think this would fit a hot cocoa pouch. I think I actually have one if you're doing something like that. But it would be a little bulky because there's no score, you know what I mean? So there's that. And then what I also did just to make it fun, so if you don't have a lot to fill up, you can kind of take one of these and even just glue it in the background. It depends on what you have, what you're stuffing in there, you know what I mean? And I did take my gold washi, and I think it's too late because I had that on first, and I forgot to do it, but I did have that on there. Let's see what happens. Yeah, I think it's too late. That's all right. And I used the bungee cord around here. Of course, that's optional, but I just really thought it completed the look and made it not so flat, you know what I mean? You could take twine and do that as well. I'm just going to use this one though. Okay. So, oh my goodness, it was nice to have fresh seafood again, because you guys know I grew up in Florida for most of my life, actually. But, wow, I just forgot what it's like to have fresh seafood. When you live near all these military bases, you don't really get that. I told my husband he should have been a Navy or Marine, so we could have been near the ocean. Oh, this is too loose. It is a bit loose, but I'm just gonna wing it and just leave it. So let me take some of these things out and just kind of stuff them in here. So just the tag and that. And you can see what I did here. I actually glued lettering on here and I glued that there. So that was just an option. This is not glue, this is just a piece. But just to give it a little bit more, you know, decor, I guess. So I don't have another one of those. That's why I'm not doing it again. But I just kind of wanted you to see what I did. But you can always still put lettering or whatever in it. So when they take it out, you can see it. But this is a really quick tutorial, as you can see, and it doesn't take much time to complete. And I'm filling that in. Oh, well, let me try the cocoa pouch to see how it looks. Do I have one? I wanted to see how it looked. The tea is a definite. So if you're doing tea, aha, I do have one. Wow, this is kind of thick. Gosh, I feel like this is overstuffed. I don't remember them being this thick. So here's a tea, just FYI. So if you're doing like a tea or something, it'll kind of look like that. It is a little bit more bulky, so I imagine this one's going to be super bulky. I mean, do these puff up over time? Because I don't remember it being so heavy. So if I was going to do it, it would work. It would definitely work. It's just a little bit bulky, you know, because we don't have the scores. So I don't know. It's really up to you guys if you want to put something that bulky. But I think it's more of flat mail. And this, because you saw how quick this would be, this would be fantastic if you made 2 of these and like had a really fun little album. You could even just glue it on maybe a 12 by 12 or whatever paper and just like have it go like this. Or you could even like add a little binding here, but I think it would just make a lovely album. So it depends where you cut it. So just FYI, this is actually 8 by 12 and this is 8 by 12. But depending where you do your little slits of the pockets, you could see how different they look. So it's really just how you cut into it. And again, I did add this little glitter strip, and I guess I could do that with you guys real quick too. I forgot to do that. That helps it because it looks so plain to me. I just wanted to add something. So I did use my red line tape and added a pretty glitter strip there. And you know what I'm loving from Temu is this thing, because you guys always tell me to use my bone folder when doing this, but this is perfect for my red line tape. So I've been really enjoying this thing. Let's see how it looks with the glitter. I actually have some left over. Let's see here. Pour that on and then use this. Ooh, that paper is way too small. Let me just dip this edge in. So yeah, I definitely like the glitter strip on there. If you want to add that just to make it pop up. And I have glitter everywhere now. So here you go, you guys. It's so simple. I really love this little hack. It was just so cool to see, and I hope you guys enjoy it too. Sorry, I'm getting like the worst. Maybe I just forgot how to film, but there we go. So this is what it will look like. You could even add some little dangles on there, whatever you want. It just comes out so lovely. All right, you guys, I cannot wait to start uploading again. And like I said, this is great for Christmas in July or just an album. I think you guys will really enjoy this one. All right.